So let's pick up where we left off last time. We were phasing treats out a little bit, and one way to do that is by introducing another reinforcer that gets our dogs feeling good, so that way we can reinforce the good choices that they make with this new reinforcer. And there's nothing better than a ball for a lot of dogs. If not, that we can use something else, but for Chloe, a ball happens to be quite the reinforcer. I don't think it's as good as treats. She's definitely more into treats, but it's something that we can work on by using it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today. We're gonna use less treats, we're gonna use the ball a little bit more, but for now we're not encountering any dogs. We're just walking, and I just brought the ball out to get her feeling good. She's got her little raincoat. It's drizzling today, so it's not too bad. It's also not too hot, so let's see what happens. You have a dog over there, very playful dog. Look at that. Wow, I don't know if you've noticed him yet. Look at that, very playful. We'll see if she notices him. Maybe now, but she's choosing to engage with me, which is good. Whether or not she noticed the dog, I'm gonna reinforce that with the toy. I didn't have to throw in that direction, but she noticed the dog for sure, and she's more focused on what we're doing. So now she heard the dog on top of that. Yeah, good job, Chloe. And she's focused more on what we're doing, our game. That dog definitely wants to play. We're just not gonna be the playmates today, unfortunately. The game's gonna be between Chloe and I. Yeah. So she hears that dog, she knows where he is. She wants to look the other way, which is fantastic. She's focused on other things over there, on her ball. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. Maybe I will throw it in that direction this time. We're a little bit further out. Yeah, good job, Chloe. And this is a distance that Chloe feels comfortable with. With other dogs, I might be even further out. Even if there's a dog behind a wall or behind a gate or anything at all, it doesn't mean that my dog's gonna feel comfortable. So I wanna keep that in mind when it comes to approaching, but we did well there. So I'm gonna reward Chloe with even more space so that she feels even more comfortable. Definitely, I don't wanna make her or force her to be closer to a dog, especially if she's doing better. I wanna reward that with space. If she wanted to greet that dog, she would either let me know or go towards the dog, but knowing Chloe and based on how she's reacting to a dog by not reacting, there's no invitation for me to encourage Chloe to do more. We may have been getting an invitation from the other dog, but Chloe's not really reciprocating it. She's not really replying to it. She's actually ignoring it. Chloe, come on. She's more distracted by the smells. She wants to go for a walk more than anything. She's not looking to greet. She might already need a little bit of a break, so what I'm gonna do is just have her in my arms for a bit. It takes a lot of effort from our dogs to be able to make good choices, especially when it comes to reactivity or behavior modification. So the fact that she chose to ignore that dog, walk away from that dog, not respond to that dog, all those are amazing, and it requires a lot of effort, and so I'm choosing to reward that now with a little bit of some off time, just some relaxing time, just some time in my arms, and we can just walk till we get to the other side of the street. So we're just gonna walk for now. I mentioned in the last video uploaded with Boba's training session that we really want to have environments where we get to just walk, and a place like this where there's still a lot going on. She's not too stressed over cars or people though, so it makes it a little bit easier. Most of her triggers are related to dogs, maybe even children, but there's none of that immediately. So I want her right now to just be able to walk. If we don't run into a dog for the next 5, 10, 20 minutes, I'd be happy with that, because I just want her to explore for now. I just want her to be out. She does some few check-ins here and there, but that's all I want, is some check-ins and just for her to be out without feeling like every 5 minutes we're gonna be running into and dealing with the dog. Come on, come. She's already a little bit slow. Might just be due to that interaction just now with the other dog where she ignored him. She did fantastic. She did everything I would have wanted her to do, but it takes effort. So it might be the reason why she's a little bit slow right now. She's not really rushing. She's not being too happy-go-lucky right now, and that's okay. She's still just being here, and that's why I want to keep things easy. I don't want to add too much stimulus. So we're just gonna walk for now. We're gonna go to a quieter area too where she can just be there with me. Never take for granted how much effort it takes for our dogs to do things that we consider easy. Just being outside is easy for us. For some people it isn't, and for a lot of dogs it also isn't. So it's really important that we keep that in mind whenever we do anything that they haven't shown us to find super and extremely easy. Chances are it's a little bit challenging for them, so it's very important to keep that in mind. I see she's already spotted them, so I'm gonna... Yep. Come on, I see you. You're locking onto them. You're not even that close. But for some reason, she felt the need to lock on. There she looked, but she didn't lock on this time. And by lock on, I mean that she's not just looking at them or watching, she's staring. She's focused on them. There. Yes, good, come on. I've got better things than them. We're gonna keep a good distance. She can see them. Okay, there you go. There she watched. but didn't feel the need to lock on and keep on staring, and we just moved on. Perfect. So oftentimes, even before you notice a dog or that anything's gonna happen, your dog's already telling you how they're feeling with their eyes, their ears moving forward, with their body language freezing a little bit even though they're walking. And that's a good indicator to, unless you trust your dog to make a very good choice afterwards, some dogs that's the beginning of a play bout. But with most dogs, if we're getting some tension, then chances are what's gonna follow is either a bark or a growl or a lunge or anything that's not really too positive or too enjoyable for our dog or the other dog. And that's why I decided to stop, gave her a chance to re-engage with me, and then we tried reapproaching. And once we reapproached, it was a little bit easier for her to engage with me, disengage from the dog, because I basically gave her a second chance or another go at approaching him in a different way. If right now her past or her pattern has been to lock on, to over focus, then that's of course something that she's falling into the habit of doing and she knows to do. But when I gave her a chance by resetting with me, you saw afterwards she didn't feel the need to do that. So it's almost as though you're giving your dog a plan B, a second option, and as you saw, she chose the second option after she got that reminder that she could, that she had that there. And that's of course what I'm there for, and that's when you saw me use the ball to reinforce the fact that she chose that second option. So after Chloe got to engage, and at a very comfortable distance of course, with that other dog, and after the two dogs that she saw just now, she's even more, not disconnected, but a little bit more distracted, not as engaged with me. And that's actually a very good indicator that she's getting tired, she's overwhelmed, not in a bad way, just it's a lot for her, especially if she's trying to do a new behavior. It's going to take quite a bit of effort from her. We've also got a dog here, so I thought I'm just going to have her in my arms for now, just to make it a little bit easier, because she clearly seems to be disengaging from me a little bit. She might even bark here. If she does, then that's fine. If she doesn't, then great. But if she's having a bit of a tough time engaging with me, even though she's doing well when it comes to training, it's still something that's quite a lot for her. There's a lot of noise going on. So I want to give her more and more instances like this where we get to just take a break. And you're going to hear me saying this over and over and over and over again, because it's so common when the dogs get to their, for lack of a better word, breaking points when it comes to triggers, whether it's dog, children, people, cars, whatever it is. They're much more likely to get to bark, lounge, growl when they just feel like they can't take a break, they can't disengage, they can't disconnect. And I don't mean just in terms of training, just their brain. It's not able to disconnect from it all and just pause. So that's why you see me once again giving her a break in my arms, where all she has to do, which is what she did just now with that dog, is just watch, just be there. But it's so important that I wanted to mention it again. And I also thought, if you don't have a small dog that you can just pick up, well, one, you plan ahead. If you know you're going to encounter some dog, if you know you're going to encounter situations that are difficult, don't plan an outing or an activity that's going to take a long time. Plan something short, sweet, where instead of picking them up, you're going home. And I've done this with Chloe many times before, where even in my arms, she just could not settle. So what she needs is a complete break from that environment by going home. So keep that in mind when it comes to your dog. I pick her up because I can, but I'm also then planning environments that are going to allow me to do that in a way that's it's not making it worse for her, because I could pick her up and she could still bark, she could still feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and all those things, but that's not the case with her. So picking her up helps her out before we actually tackle anything further. But if I couldn't pick her up, I would be going home. But again, I would be planning our outings according to that. We just walked into Winners. Indoor places or indoor places with people are not always the most fun or relaxing for a lot of dogs. It's not really something they tend to always look forward to. So sometimes I like to do mini trips where we just go to one and we just maybe walk a little bit, or even just in my arms, just to be there. Maybe some different smells. We still keep it short. So we're about to go to an area where there's other small dogs or just other dogs in general. The reason why we like coming here is because what I want to instill in Chloe and nurture is the idea that dogs lead to good things. That's definitely something we want when we're dealing with any kind of reactivity. No matter, oh yes, I know, I hear them too. Here you go. No matter how severe it is or isn't. But I want to instill the idea that dogs are something to look forward to, something good. But even though we've done so much work, what I can't change is how she feels about dogs naturally. So there are dogs that definitely feel a lot more... Oh, you got spooked there? It's all right. Here, find this. There are dogs that are a bit more sensitive, some are a lot more flexible, some are just naturally more comfortable, and it's not something I can change. That's down to the individual dog. Of course, past experiences. Chloe, let's go. Come on. Come on, come on. Here, find this one. Go. Past experiences are gonna help mold how she feels, but mostly how she reacts and what kind of behavior we're then dealing with as a result. But I can't change at the core how she naturally feels about dogs instinctively or very quickly. But what I can do is create scenarios where the idea of dogs always leads to something good. That way, at least the idea of a dog can start becoming something that she looks forward to, and that then allows me time to condition and further introduce more dogs and more scenarios with dogs because they feel good to her. So the more I can really do that, the more it's a win for me. Yeah. So even just going to a place like this, where there may or may not be dogs, I want her feeling good. I want her feeling like, oh yeah, this is something that's gonna be fun. And that's also why I like to use food, because she already has that association towards food that I like for her to have towards dogs. And which is what? It's a positive one. It's a positive association that I can reinforce and then I can bring with us. Go find it wherever we go. Without that, it's going to be harder to make it so that she can feel good about whatever scenario when it comes to dogs. So definitely I want to bring her to environments and bring also with me the idea or a mindset or tools like treats, toys, balls. I want to bring that with us to help her feel good, and then we can have that feeling carry over onto dogs, onto people, whatever it is that our dog is reactive towards. Speaking of good feelings, don't forget to encourage those as much as you can in your dog. Yeah! This is why I love using a long leash. It allows my dog the opportunity to feel free, feel good, just like this, without me having to worry about their safety. Wow! Look at you go. Look at you go. Good job. I know you want to go say hi. Oh. Yeah. Good job. Got a new friend. I already threw them all. Okay, fine, one more. Good job, Chloe. Good sharing. Well done. We're getting her more and more used to not just enjoying that ball as a good reinforcer, but sometimes what you can really do with toys, chew toys especially, but also balls, is use them as soothers. What that means is when your dog is in an environment that is not necessarily a negative environment, but to some extent stressful or just very exciting, very stimulating, a dog having something in their mouth can be very, very, very helpful for them as a way to harness all the excitement they have and overstimulation onto something productive, which is far better than barking and other behaviors. So I like using balls for that as well, or just toys in general for that, or a tug and pull toy, sometimes even a stick, but we want to make sure, of course, it's something safe. But either way, it's just one of many tools that we can use to reinforce and encourage and also guide our dogs, especially when they're tired and they just don't know what to do. They just want to hold on to a little something, and a ball is perfect for that. Going towards the chow chow. You coming with me? Come, come, come. She's a little focused on the chow chow that's over there. I'm not gonna go too close. I'm giving her a chance here. Oh yes, to engage with me instead. Yes, I know. Very curious about the chow chow. So now that she's back with me, we can start heading back that way, see if she still cares. Dogs, very much like children, they need reminders, they need help, they need patience, they need guidance. They don't always know what to do, even if they've done it before. Doesn't mean it's set in stone, and every scenario, especially for a dog, is different. That's why we want to train and generalize as much in terms of scenarios and environments as we can. There you go, she saw him. Yes, good job, beautiful, find it. She saw the chow chow, but then she stopped. She puts in a lot of work to find her treats. There you go. Good job. Keep this a little shorter. Chow Chow saying hi to your friend. Oh, she almost focused back on me. I'm not gonna let her go any further than this. So maybe from here she can watch. She's more interested in smelling. We'll get a little bit closer. Chloe! Okay, she needs to mark there. Here, find it. We'll start heading back that way. Chow Chow might be going away too fast for us now, but that's okay. Yeah, they're leaving. All done. It might look silly that I'm rewarding her just for being here, but there's a lot going on around her. And she's choosing to just let it all happen. Just be with me, engage with me, sit. She's doing a lot. So why not go out of my way to reward? It's not even that difficult. One, yeah! Good job. I want to see more of that behavior, don't I? It's very easy for a dog to feel overwhelmed, unsure, especially when the world around them is not curated for them, it's curated for us. So all I'm trying to do is curate her experiences so that she feels good about them and is likely to continue experiencing the world in a positive way. You can reward with their food. It doesn't have to be treats if you're worried about calories or anything like that. I do keep them very small. I do also keep them special. I want to make sure they're happening when she's doing great things or to help her do great things and feel good. But yeah, why not reward what you want to see more of?